She's 18. She went on a website to hire a hitman.
To kill her 3-year-old son.
What?
To kill her own child.
To kill her own child? I didn't get that far.
Even the judge was shocked, like she said, to do what? Yes, Judge, you heard right. J. Leno Quagmire Jr. tried to hire a hitman to get rid of her own 3-year-old toddler. Young girls, please remember, teenage pregnancy is not where it's at. Don't let them little boys get you pregnant, and then you get frustrated and tired of the baby, and then try to figure out how to get rid of it. Once you have them, you cannot send them back. That's it. It's permanent. Don't be like this moron here, Jasmine Paez, an 18-year-old mother from Miami-Dade County, Florida, who was determined to hire a hitman on a murder-for-hire website to get rid of her own baby boy. And she wanted it done, quote, ASAP. Little did she know that website was completely fake, and now the wicked young woman is facing prison time. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. If you're watching from Miami-Dade, drop it down below in the comments. The owner of a murder-for-hire parody website got a submission recently from a Miami-Dade woman looking to hire a hitman to get rid of her son. When he received the request, the owner of that website tried to report the incident to the Miami-Dade Police Department several times, but said the Miami Police Department directed him to Crime Stoppers and wouldn't take him seriously. The people who answered the phone wouldn't even pass his report along. Robert Inez, the owner of that site, said they sent him an email saying that if he contacted them one more time, they would send him a cease and desist. But now that they found out it was real, they're backtracking and trying to cover themselves up. When questioned about their initial lack of interest in the woman attempting to get her own son's life taken away, a Miami-Dade police spokesman blames it on it being an online allegation and said that's what caused the delay. But yes, Bob had to call the police several times before they took him seriously and passed the information on to a supervisor in the communications department.
So you call Miami-Dade police and you try to report this?
Tried to report this a couple of times to them. The first couple of phone calls, I was told to reach out to Crime Stoppers, Crime Stoppers 305, I believe it is. It was on the third or fourth phone call that I finally escalated it to a supervisor who I was able to explain the details to. And that's when they took it seriously and passed it on to the sergeant and detectives.
So you felt like in the beginning they were just kind of pushing you off, because if you were to call in a Crime Stoppers tip, in some instances it goes to, a switchboard somewhere else, they forward the tips, there's a lag there.
Yeah, definitely. I tried to express the importance, the significance of, the child's involvement, being the alleged target, and, Crime Stoppers just wasn't going to cut it. You mentioned the lag. I knew that. I was aware of that, and this couldn't wait.
Bob created the website back in 2005 to promote a cybersecurity business, but over the last 18 years, it's turned into a full-time job for him. He goes through hundreds of requests every single month, forwarding the realistic ones to the police. Can you believe it? He's getting hundreds of requests each month for people looking to hire a hitman to target potential victims, from their classmates to their own children, just like what Jasmine did. The website is credited with securing dozens of arrests and at least 12 convictions. Bob said he was alarmed when he saw Jasmine's requests and confirmed with Jasmine that she was serious. The woman reportedly submitted a hitman service request saying that she wanted her son abducted. She had to do something once and for all, wanted him taken far, far away, and possibly deleted as soon as possible by Thursday of that same week. According to the police report, they were able to track down Jasmine using her IP address. The police went to the house where they found the child safe with his grandmother. Investigators then posed as the hired hitman and had a conversation with Jasmine. Jasmine confirmed that hit with the undercover hitman and agreed to pay $3,000 to get the job done. Not long after, police showed up to Jasmine's door where she was staying with her father and hauled her off to jail. Investigators did not find any motive, but they did say her computer browser still had the hitman website on it. Jasmine was locked up where she was placed on close watch for a period of time to make sure that she wouldn't self-delete herself.
Now, a teenage mom is out of jail after she was arrested on horrifying charges. She's accused of going online to hire a hitman to kill her 3-year-old son. A custody hearing was just held for that little boy, who is safe and sound tonight. Local 10's Glenna Milberg is live with the very disturbing details. Glenna.
Nicole, that custody hearing here, the judge gave custody of this little boy to Grandma. Grandma has actually had custody, has been raising him since May, and he is just fine, and that is the good news. His young mother, when you peel back the layers of her life, seems to have lived a very troubled life, especially lately. Right now, she's in the most legal trouble of that life.
Jasmine Paez.
She became an adult just a few months ago, a mother 3 years ago, and a murder for hire suspect a few days ago, for which she is now free on bond.
She's 18. She went on a website to hire a hitman.
Jasmine Paez was given a prevention vest in court. She's accused of hiring a hitman to target her own 3-year-old son to, quoting police, take him far, far, far away and possibly killed, and ASAP.
I am in Kendall Regional Hospital and I'm with my father.
Paez was in the hospital with her father in this Zoom hearing about custody of her son.
Are you employed?
No, not right now.
How much money do you have in the bank?
134.
Rent a hitman. This is the site police say Paez went to hire. It's obviously phony, though police say the website is intended to assist them.
That person doesn't live here. I've told you people 1,000, don't come here anymore.
Despite that welcome, this is the home where detectives arrested Paez this week. They say she lived there with her father.
Do you have any information as to the father?
No, Your Honor.
Turns out when Paez moved out of her mother's home in May, she left her son to live there.
And how is the child? The child is okay?
He is doing great.
And again, that grandmother is now officially, from this hearing, the custodian of that child. And as you heard, he is doing great.
So the judge ordered her not to have any contact with her 3-year-old son directly or indirectly. She was prohibited from going within 500 feet of her son at all times. Jasmine, she's been charged with first-degree solicitation of murder and third-degree using a communications device for unlawful use. In a Zoom court hearing, a judge questioned Jasmine about her employment status and the child's father, and she stated that she had no idea where he was and she was unemployed.
Paez was in the hospital with her father in this Zoom hearing about custody of her son.
Are you employed?
No, not right now.
How much money do you have in the bank?
134.
The judge tells Paez she finds clear and present danger for that little boy and asks, where is his father?
Do you have any information as to the father?
No, Your Honor.
Turns out, Paez moved out of her mother's home in May, leaving him to live there.
And how is the child? The child is okay?
He is doing great.
And that grandma received official custody today.
Jasmine moved out of her mother's house in May and left her son to stay there with her mother while she moved in with her father. Jasmine's mom was officially granted custody, so the baby will stay with her permanently. Jasmine was only given a $15,000 bond, so she was able to hop out of jail for $1,000 and $1,500. She told the judge she only had $134 in her account, so I'm assuming that her father put the money up to get her out. He's definitely defending his daughter, saying that she's not a monster, she got picked on in school, and was born with a lot of health problems. A lot of kids got picked on in school. That doesn't give you the license to try to get rid of your own child. Also, with those health issues, none of that had anything to do with her mental. There's no mental retardation or anything like that going on here. She had no problem laying down having this baby, and like any other person, Jasmine, she's gonna have to be held accountable. They can cut it out with all these excuses. Remember, this girl tried to pay somebody $3,000 to get rid of her own baby boy. You don't get to plan your own baby's abduction and then blame it on getting teased in high school. No, lock her up. Jasmine is fully aware of right and wrong, and she knew what she was doing was wrong, obviously. She went to the dark side of the internet trying to find a hitman. No, she is not a baby. She is not mentally disabled. I say give her 10 years, 15 years would be better. Allow her to get out when he's 18. Jasmine showed no remorse. She tried to make her son disappear. Thankfully, the site wasn't real, but what if she was successful and able to find somebody to take him on the street? No way, she cannot get away with this. Now, who was the baby daddy? Who got her pregnant 3 years ago at 15 years old? Was he in high school with her? Who was this guy?
So no unsupervised contact with anyone under age 18. All right.
Yes, Judge.
18-year-old Gamaliel Sosa charged with conspiracy to commit murder on his girlfriend's 3-year-old son. Jasmine Paez, now his co-defendant in this disturbing case that started with Paez's arrest last month. Investigators say she visited the parody website rentahitman.com to request a killer to murder her child. Now police documents show Sosa allegedly pushed her to get the job done after they discovered damning text messages between the two. Sosa telling Paez, "The kid is the problem. I hope you see that all I ever wanted was to free you. I told you about the kid, you won't do anything. You do it, and I'll think about coming back." Other messages revealing Paez may have taken her son to the woods to be eaten by bears or drowned in the water, to which Sosa responded by asking for a picture of proof.
It sucks, man. It's a really bad story to begin with.
Robert Innes, the webmaster of the parody Hitman website, alerted police of Paez's request last month. His website essentially saving the 3-year-old's life.
It is what it's all about. I mean, the fact that the website was able to prevent a violent crime and save a life that's what makes it worthwhile to me.
Alright, so I had to add this update on the case. A month later after Jasmine was arrested, a second person was taken into custody. That's Jasmine's ex-boyfriend, who investigators accused of telling Jasmine to get rid of her own son. It's also amazing to me how Jasmine is all of a sudden this helpless person, like she's some sort of victim too. But prosecutors say the ex-boyfriend encouraged her to get rid of her own son. He said if she did that, he would think about coming back to her. So far, they're saying the boyfriend is not the father. It's just some guy that Jasmine was messing around with, and on multiple occasions, this woman tried to actually get rid of her son. She took him to the woods, wanted bears to come out, or tried to get him in water. She couldn't do it herself, so she hired a hitman to do it. At the end of the day though, Jasmine's child was Jasmine's responsibility to protect, and if she had this guy around her son, which I don't agree with in the first place, listen, I am not a stepdaddy advocate, nor do I condone women bringing random men around their children, and this is one of the reasons why. Jasmine, this is your kid, and the guy already dumped you anyway. He did you a favor. He's gotta go. You can't take your own kid out for him. And still, I do not want to hear all this crap about her not knowing this and that. This woman committed a crime, so Jay Leno Quagmire Jr. gotta go to jail. We already know where Sosa is going. Whatever they give Sosa, give the same punishment or double that punishment for Jasmine, because she's the boy's parent. And not only should Sosa be held accountable, but hold Jasmine accountable too. She cannot be let off. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Special thank you to Drew. I appreciate you, Drew, for all of your support, as well as Terrace General. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.